Yo, what's good, guys? We're back again, and we're just going to be starting our trading analysis. So if you guys like this video, hit that like and subscribe. Also, if you guys want to join me to the top, like I said, I'm not going to stop till I get profitability, and even past that, I'm going to keep going. Get all the profits from the markets. You know how it is. So down below is Traders Headquarters, and if you guys want to join me to the top, the link's there. Anyway, let's get into this, and this week wasn't looking too well, not gonna lie. And let's start with Monday. So yeah, Monday, this is what happened on Monday, guys. Price rejected instantly as soon as the day started. You can see there's two phases, two phase ones. You can see the first one right here, then you can see the second one down here. And honestly, the first thing wrong that I did already was trying to actually take a buy right here when price hasn't actually gone on the opposite side, which would have been more understandable. The reason why I took this buy here was because of FOMO, definitely FOMO, because price is looking really nice and I was really excited, funny thing at the time. And this one right here was, the reason why I took a buy here was because of how price was respecting the monthly open price, but I should have realized this happened before London Open, and that's the second range phase. So we should have expected price to come down below to at least grab liquidity or just come down below for us to take the buy. So this is the trade I took a buy on because price respected the 61% area, pretty sure it was, and it grabbed liquidity, which obviously we'll put it through a bit more. Price grabbed liquidity. I was like, perfect place to take a buy, and obviously price just rejected. This was also the day where there was no news, and I've started to realize when there's no news, price actually goes for one of the best areas to take a buy. So in this situation, guys, price continues to go down because obviously there's no news, so price has no reason to come up early. It's going to continue going down to go to the best area where, if I was to pinpoint where it was, it would honestly be at this monthly open price that I can see. But obviously I had a bit of FOMO, and that's why I continued to take another buy right here, because price pushed down, it grabbed liquidity on top of that, and there's also monthly open prices, and there were just two. I recently placed this third one. I didn't know there was a third monthly open price until now, so that was probably the reason why price continued going down. But let's just see what happens. I guess price didn't decide to come all the way down here, so what we can learn from here is probably to be more patient. That's really it. Be more patient. Either wait for New York for Monday. Probably the best thing here was just to be a bit more patient, because I literally saw price just go just above this area, and I was like, I like this, so I'm gonna take a buy. And you can obviously see what happened. If I was a bit more patient, or if I just waited a bit more, even if price jumped up from here and I got in a bit later, it would have been a better confirmation and a better area, as price clearly made a higher high. So that's probably the only thing I really missed in this trade on Monday, and that's what I probably could have done better. And yeah, you can clearly see what happens from here is price decided to come back up and down. It wouldn't have hit my retracement, so I would have still been in this trade if I was still valid. That's the thing. So obviously price decided to come down, came back up, and now it's starting to push up. So if I was to wake up at 5 o'clock, it would have been up here, and I would have been up a 1 to 2. So now I need to make sure that I put this in my notes. Right, so that's really what I've learned today. And yeah, guys, so the two lessons that I've learned today really is just to be more patient. Don't let FOMO take control. Don't get too excited, because today I was really excited because of how the market looked. And the second thing and final for Monday is probably just to be more patient. If I was more patient, if I just saw how price moved and price clearly wanted to make a higher high, I probably could have gotten in for a better entry and I would have still been in this trade. Or if I just knew that the monthly open price was here, because if the monthly open price was here and I knew about it, I could have had a 15 pip stop loss. A 15 pip stop loss would have led me with either a 1 to 1 or a bit higher or a bit lower. So from that, guys, you know, make sure all your points are in, have a big enough stop loss, and yeah, so let's go to Tuesday. Okay, guys, Tuesday was also looking good again. It looked a bit more natural, so to speak, and I was like, okay, this is another good opportunity for me to take a buy. You can clearly see right here is phase one. This is a 30-minute time frame. Phase one right here, which is the range. Price decided to push up first and come back down. Price didn't really deviate too much from the top here, so that's why I was still looking for buys, and also just from how price moved without coming back up. So I was definitely expecting price to come back up. So if we go to the 5-minute time frame, we can clearly see why I took certain trades. This one here, obviously it happened later on in time. I need to start reminding myself that when price does not happen, at least on London Open or on New York Open, I'd be way more patient, because in this situation, I just waited for the best opportunity. Like I said, there's no news today. So I waited for the best opportunity, which would have been something like a liquidity here and a monthly open price right here. This one was more valid than this one. This one was not really, it wasn't a bad area. It's just that there was no news. And if I learned from my first day, I would have essentially not been in this trade. But anyway, price decided to rise back up, hit my 50% retracement. So this was a break-even free trade. And it turned out that I actually had a little bit of a stop loss. So if price decided to grab this little liquidity before pushing up, I would have still been in the trade. Unfortunately, price decided to continue pushing down. So this was an L, but it was the smallest L possible. So I'm really happy about this trade. This one, although, could have had a bigger stop loss, but this was just unfortunate. Honestly, this was just unfortunate. This couldn't really help me because obviously price did this, kind of faked me out here. Wait, was it? Yeah, kind of faked me out here. Price grabbed liquidity and, you know, messed around here and then continued pushing up. And it didn't push up too much, so this one was just an unfortunate trade. I think this one was a valid entry, valid trade, valid area. Probably could have had a better entry area. I could have still been in. Yeah, you can say I could have still been in, but yeah, I think this was a valid area, valid entry. This liquidity was the one I put after my trade hit my stop losses, just to see why price continued to push down. That's really the only reason. And to learn from this trade is really nothing. I don't think too much is to learn from this trade because it was in a good area. It had a liquidity grab, 20%, more than 20% deviation, and a monthly open price. You can say it was probably the wrong bias because you can clearly see that selling was happening this whole week. I just was waiting for price to reverse, and obviously price does reverse the next day. So this trade here was pretty valid. This trade here was good as well, even though it wasn't the best area. It was still a good area to take a buy. I managed this one really well, so I'm really happy with this first trade. This second trade, it is what it is, it happens. And yeah, that's really it, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next trade. All right, guys, we are here. This is Friday, guys, and I only took one trade. The reason why I took this trade right here is, as you can see, all these orange lines are all liquidity areas on the 30-minute time frame, and that's why I took a buy right here. As you can clearly see, this black line, like I've talked about before, is the monthly open price, which is a good area to take buys and sells. It's just a good confluence. Liquidity was right there as well. Price grabbed all these liquidities and also pushed through a lot of monthly open prices. So I was expecting price to reject, especially in the time it actually got to this area, as just below it was a weekly open price. So that's why I also thought price was gonna push off from here. But you know, I did have a thought in mind that price could just continue drilling down, which it did. So you can clearly see I took a buy here just because it was at 5:30. 5:30 was a good time to take buys. As we've learned on Fridays, 5:30 buys or sells or just trading at 5:30 instead of 6 is better for me. So we can clearly see here that what we can learn from this trade here is it was good that we still had a full 10 pip stop loss. It's just that we shouldn't have taken a trade today if there was too many areas for price to reject off. I was just thinking about maybe taking out right here, but even that wasn't even a good area to take out because there was a weekly open price right here, which is a good support area for price to reject off. But in this case, price just wanted to keep drilling down, as it is Friday. So what we could have learned in this situation probably is to understand that Fridays act different, like we all know, and to really just be better. Like right here, we could see price pushing down, break off, retested the monthly open price, while you can say retested the liquidity here and then continued to push down. But overall, today was just not good for us. So it's a good thing we only took one trade a day. Would I have done better today? I'm not too sure. Maybe something I can learn from this is just to wait for the best area to take a buy. Because if I was to wait for the best area to take a buy, you can clearly see here is like the final area. And as soon as price got to this final area, it started congesting and pushing up. So we can see from here that on certain days like Fridays, probably Mondays, or you know, there's news later in the day, because today there was news at 12 a.m. It was just late. That just to wait, be patient. Especially if there's a lot of areas to actually take a buy in this situation. So that's what we can learn from, guys. We only took one trade today. We only risked half the amount today. It was pretty good on risking and only taking one trade. If we would have tried again and again and again, even though this was the area where I thought it was going to push off at, it obviously came back down. So we can clearly see today was not our day, and we just have to learn, improve, wait for another day. And this is what I need to do off camera. And I really need to analyze why price continued going down and there was no full or just a bigger retracement. So I just need to learn from that. And yeah, guys, that's really it. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.